What is going on, guys? This is Purgatory and Modern Warfare. So, love-hate relationship with this game. A lot of my opinions relate to a lot of other people. There's a lot of flaws with this game that makes sense to quit it, such as, you know, skill-based matchmaking, poor map design, camper play styles that it kind of motivates, no red dots in the minimap, the whole audio situation with the footsteps, the weird compass system, dead silence not being a perk, making a lot of changes for the sake of change, and also a lot of bugs that the game has. There's a lot of reasons to quit this game, but for some reason I keep coming back to Modern Warfare, and I keep asking the same question to myself: why? Why do I keep coming back to Modern Warfare? So I'm gonna go ahead and structure a video as best as I can, the best way I know how, and listed off my reasons for you guys. So I came up with like 5 pretty solid reasons for like the reasons why I keep coming back to this game. I'm gonna see if I can see if I can get my message through with some of you who aren't really enjoying Modern Warfare right now. And I'm gonna just go ahead and hop right into it. So my very first reason with it is, quite frankly and really funny, I guess, is Spec Ops. So Spec Ops is a very broken mode. It has a lot of bugs. It's ridiculously, impossibly hard. It does a lot of things that are very wrong with Spec Ops. It's might be like one of the worst PvE experiences I've ever had, but at the same time, it's a PvE mode that I keep wanting to come back to every once in a while because of witnessing the brokenness, like laughing on how impossibly hard it can be. And just kind of every time I want to get a small little PvE fix, I'll just go and play Spec Ops. Like, honestly, there's a lot of potential there, and that's why I play it, is because I like to imagine the potential. Even though we could have gotten that, whatever I imagined, we really didn't. But it's still, I still like to go on it every once in a while and just reimagine the potential that it has and like what it could have been. So yeah, that it's a weird reason, but I know, but it's one of the reasons why I keep coming back. Number 2, and this is pretty big, I would say, and that is the customization. The Pick 10 system is fine. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I think it's fine. Gunsmith, I think, is one of the best additions to any shooter we have ever seen, such as, you know, being able to put 5 attachments on your weapon, and each weapon, like each attachment, has a pro and con, and you can counteract with those and all that stuff. And pretty much the Gunsmith is allowing you to play the way you want to play, and it lets you cater to how you want to play. If you want to play rushy but you're using an LMG, you can do that. If you want to make a sniper out of an AR, you can do that. Like, customization is almost endless in this game. In there, I do think there's some improvements to be made, and I'll get to that here in a quick second. But all the Gunsmith stuff, like taking a barrel off or making a barrel longer but it has heavier weight, so you put on a grip tape that counteracts the weight that it adds, especially like slowing down your ADS time or decreasing your movement speed, something like that. You can heavier barrel slows your movement speed. You can put on a stock that increases your movement speed, stuff like that. With the classes, you know, you get a choice of weapon. You get a choice of 2 weapons. You know, a primary, secondary, unless you have overkill, or you can have a secondary as a primary, or a primary secondary with all 5 attachments. So you can have, yeah, a primary, secondary with 5 attachments, and then there's 3 perks that you can have. There's no greed or perk 1 like greed or whatever, but it's still, you can still have 3 perks, and they're not like completely broken other than ghost. Yeah, you can have lethals, tacticals, all that stuff. But one thing I would like to see improved to add more of that customization is maybe letting us have an option to take off a perk or a lethal or a tactical, or even maybe take off our secondary to add an extra attachment. Say we take off a grenade, lethal tactical, and we could add 7 attachments to our rifle. Stuff like that. It's kind of like taking the Pick 10 system, but taking the 10 points out and pretty much making it to where you can mix and match however you want. So maybe you can have, you know, a suppressor barrel, magazine, red dot, and a weapon perk, stuff like that, you know. That's what I was thinking. That's the only way I think they can improve on the customization, but other than that, They really did it. They really emphasized on your weapon being the main character in this game, and they really showed with that so far. Like even with DLC weapons, the DLC weapons have their own like conversion. Like the Holger 26, you can turn that into the G36C, and the Ram 7 has like its own optic they can put on it. All that stuff. Honestly, it's endless possibilities with the customization. And I could talk years about that, and I'm pretty sure I just did. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next point, and that is the gunplay. So the gunplay is pretty big for me as well. There's a lot, I feel like with this game, your weapons feel like they have weight to them. They feel like they have power. They feel like they're more lethal, not in terms of the time to kill, but the fact that it feels like you're holding a weapon. Like, even though you're just playing with a controller, it feels like you have that gun in your hands. I don't know how they were able to do that. It might have taken them forever to try to finally do that. The amount of quality in the learning the weapons and learning the iron sights or learning the reload times, learning the damage output, honestly, and it's like mix and matching your gun with like different attachments to help with your gunplay, such as like recoil management or suppressor or stuff like that, and even like your recoil stabilization. This game has the most recoil in any Call of Duty ever. And I think that's for a good reason, and that is the fact that your weapons feel like they're gonna do something. Like, they don't really feel like toy guns in your hand like Call of Duty has always had. Don't get me wrong, Black Ops 4's gunplay is amazing, but I think this game is slightly better than that. People are gonna go at my ass for that because, you know, Treyarch fanboys, but quite literally, I think Infinity Ward killed it with the gunplay in this game, and that's a huge reason why I keep coming back to Modern Warfare. Yeah, there's my point, my third point. So we're gonna go ahead and get on to the next point, and this kind of just goes down to what I prefer playing, and that is Ground War and 10v10. Ground War, we've never had a Battlefield-like game mode in Call of Duty before, say 64 players, 32v32, in massive maps that are pretty much just large domination or Battlefield conquest. And it feels so fresh in this game. It feels renewing. There's only very little playable maps. Like, there's only 4 maps, and like 2 of them are playable. Farmland, Quarry. They took out Anaya Palace at the time of recording this, and I hope they add that back very soon. Hopefully with that title update that they're talking about, they'll add it back. Anaya Palace is one of my favorite Ground War map, to be honest with you. And Tavoris District and Port, while I don't personally think Port is a horrible map, it's definitely hard to play and hard to play time and time again. I love the addition of Vacant in there, but honestly, it doesn't help the map too much for me, even though it's a fun place to be around. And Tovorsk, well, rooftop hell, I'll give it that anyways. But anyways, 10v10, like, while the maps in 10v10 are okay at best, 10v10 is a ton of fun. It feels like it's a perfect pace for those sizes of maps. While I feel like 15v15 would be a good place to be, like a 30-player server instead of 10v10. It feels like a good flowing mode. 6v6 is where I struggle, because 6v6, it feels like how 6v6 always has been, but add strict skill-based matchmaking, like Advanced Warfare levels of that. Add strict skill-based matchmaking to where every single 6v6 match feels like a CDL match that you're playing. Like, it seems like you're playing competitive 24/7 on 6v6. While in 10v10, I don't feel that as much. But Ground War, I feel like, doesn't have it at all, probably because of a really high player count. 10v10 feels like the least amount of skill base if you don't want to play Ground War and you want to play those more other maps. And 6v6 is, I'll play it every once in a while, but it's not my favorite because of the skill-based matchmaking, unfortunately. And the whole footsteps, the sound whoring, like, advantage, all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the game modes. Gunfight's a ton of fun, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm usually always playing that solo because nobody else I know really likes playing it. So anyways, let's get on to my final reason, and my buddies are probably gonna make fun of me for this, and that is because of my friends. Quite frankly, if I didn't meet D-Have and T-Bone during the Black Ops 4 days, I probably wouldn't even play this much COD. Black Ops 4 is my most played COD in a while because of T-Bone and D-Have, and this game is pretty much the same. Like, Modern Warfare is pretty much the same because I have T-Bone and D-Have to play with. T-Bone recently started getting into it, and while we all kind of don't really like the game, we still play it, and personally, I still have a fun time playing it, but they really don't. But either way, it's like, at the end of the day, all three of us are playing, and we're kind of having fun just playing together. That's what really it mattered with me. Honestly, all these reasons would be would be reasons still, but they wouldn't be as big of reasons if I didn't have the friends I play with. While D-Have and T-Bone, I don't think really play 10v10. D-Have, I know, only plays Ground War. At the end of the day, I'm still playing this game a ton because of them. So I give them a thanks for bringing me back. Like, even though we make this fun of this game daily, there's a lot to like about it still. I think that's really it with my reasons. If I forgot one, you'll probably see something in the description. Yeah, that's the whole reasons of why I keep coming back to this game, even though there's a lot of features that kind of kill it for me. Is this the best Call of Duty ever made? No, but not by any means. But is it the worst Call of Duty? No, I personally don't think so. Maybe Advanced Warfare is worse because I feel like the skill-based matchmaking on there was even worse than this. Even though people statistically say Modern Warfare is worse than Advanced Warfare, honestly, I would prefer Modern Warfare over Advanced Warfare simply because of the gameplay and all that stuff. But anyways, I think that is going to go ahead and end it for me there. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. We're on the road to 300. I would really love to hit that. I've been on that weird middle ground for quite a few weeks, and I would just love to hit it. And if you guys are new and you enjoy me, that would be great to see you hit the subscribe button. And if you want, you can turn on the bell as well. Just make sure you're always coming back for new videos. I try my best to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're probably seeing this on Monday. So follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Link to those are in the description below. Let me know what is bringing you back to Modern Warfare, if it even is. So anyways, I love you guys. Have a great day.